Now let me show you a picture of one of Alicia's favorite stock picks, and that is Weatherford. Weatherford is a oil tools company. They supply the drillers all over the world. And a lot of people were worried and have been worried about Weatherford. They're the biggest of those companies. But a lot of people have been worried about Weatherford because they've been on a big acquisition strategy. And, you know, acquisitions can be risky. But they have been able to do that beautifully. They've been very effective at making these acquisitions. And they've been very profitable. And what I'm showing you now is a picture of the growth rates of Weatherford and Schlumberger and BMI and Halliburton. And you can see that Weatherford is by far the fastest growing of these big oil service companies. And I'm pretty sure it is going to continue to do that. And so that's one that's a very interesting one. And let's talk about how to buy that. See, here's a picture of Weatherford and the way it's been fluctuating. And you can see that at the moment it's at the top of that little range. Now, they don't have to stay in that range, but here they are. So wouldn't I love to buy that stock more like at around 23? It's been running up right now. So let's take a picture of my options account again, and remember that same technique that we were talking about before, which is selling somebody a put, selling them, having them pay for the right to sell me that stock, which is at 24.5, and I'm dying to buy it, and having them be allowed to sell it to me for 23. They're going to give me about $1 or 12 or 13 a share. And actually, even if I have them sell it to me for 22, wouldn't I love to buy this stock for 22? They're still going to give me 79 or 80 cents a share right now to do that. And if by May the stock hasn't sold off, I get to keep the money and I get to do it again. I'm again concerned about the possibility of a correction. I want this stock. I don't want to be sitting it out waiting for a correction that never comes. I want to be making money. Here's a very, I think, a way that reduces risk. See, people use the word derivative and they say, gee, derivatives are so risky. Remember that every time somebody's shifting risk from one person to another, one guy is taking on more risk, one guy's taking on less risk. I think in this case, when I do this, I'm taking on the less risk. The guy who's speculating, he's the guy that is taking on more risk. Now what's happening is he's buying that right to put that stock to me, but I want the stock at that price anyway. So all I'm doing is I am getting to have the benefit of my willingness to take risk on that stock, but without actually having to lose the money as that stock goes down. Now, obviously, that stock could go lower than 22, and I would then be forced to buy the stock at 22, but I'm willing to buy it at 22 right now. From my point of view, that is reducing my risk. So again, I don't want you, if you don't know how to do that, to do it that way. I'm telling you, first of all, I like the stock. Secondly, that's a good way to acquire it. Now, listen, I got to give you the disclaimer that I will always remind you of this. I'm not your financial planner. I'm talking about, I'm here to pass on 50 years of wisdom in the stock market, a lot of experience, lots of practice and technique. I've been doing this for all my life, and I think I can probably save you some mistakes, and I believe to some extent I can also help you do it better, and that's the purpose of this. So I want you to practice, but I have no idea what your individual situation is. It isn't I'm not finding out anything about you in doing this. And so I'm giving you the information that I know about the markets and about the economy. How you integrate this into your life, I think, is going to be your responsibility. And if you need some help doing that, I really do encourage you to get somebody professional who knows how to do that. Be careful, because a lot of people hang out shingles that don't know anything. But I encourage you, if you need the help, get it. Don't be too proud, because there are a lot of really smart people out there waiting to take your money. My job is to make you better at this so that you get to take somebody else's money. They don't get to take yours. A lot of this stuff is a zero-sum game. When one guy wins, one guy loses. Our job is to be the winner, if possible. And we want to do things that are appropriate for us. And that is what you have to figure out for yourself, how that works.